Good afternoon, I'm Jess De Los Santos. This is One News Now. The Philippines has sent a note verbale to China following the encounter with the Chinese Coast Guard near Pag-asa Island. Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo said the move seeks to clarify what transpired over the weekend. Earlier this week, the Philippine Navy said Chinese Coast Guard used force in retrieving a rocket debris from them. Beijing eventually denied this, saying it was handed over after friendly negotiations. The note verbal was issued and delivered upon the instruction of President Bongbong Marcos. The Justice Department will be looking into the subpoena error that led to the postponement of the preliminary investigation into the Lapid Slay case. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla said that while they are investigating the error, it will not affect the case in any way. The camp of suspended BuCor Chief Gerald Bantag received the subpoena on November 21. However, the document stated Soriano as Bantag's middle name. The embattled general's real middle name is Kitalig. The issue was raised during Wednesday's preliminary investigation, forcing prosecutors to reset the hearing to December 5.
It's not a fatal mistake, but malalim yan. I'm looking at the case right now, at the error, the seemingly, but it looks like a grievous error. It won't affect the case.
More than 200 persons deprived of liberty get to spend the holidays with their families after they were released from Bilibid. Josh Camo tells us more.
The Bureau of Corrections released 234 persons deprived of liberty or PDLs on Thursday. One of the PDLs, Ben, got emotional as he talked to his family over the phone.
Salamat.
Michelle, on the other hand, says she spent 8 years of her life inside the new Bilibid Prison and her release is the best Christmas gift she can imagine.
8 years na ako mahigit na wala eh. Kaya babawi ako.
Namiss niyo mo ba yung mga anak?
Sobra. Kasi kung hindi ko sila nalagaan. Yung pag-stay ko ng correctional, dapat sa kanila ko, maalagaan ko sila, magabayan ko.
Meanwhile, Joe is relieved to finally taste freedom. He says 13 years in Bilibid is very difficult for a person with disability like him.
Mahirap sir kasi yung mga pamilya na wala sa kapinig. Lalo na sa amin na may kapansanan. So yung pagdating ng malayo sa dalaw.
Of the 234 PDLs, 12 are acquitted, 106 are paroled, 112 has finished their sentence, and 2 were put on probation. During the ceremony, the PDLs received their release orders. They were given money for fare as well.
Ngayong araw na to, hindi na kayo persons deprived of liberty. Kayo po ay malaya na. Malaya na inyong puso, malaya na yung pag-iisip at malaya na rin ang paghihirap ninyo.
Katapang says the ceremony is part of the reforms in Bilibid. The Bureau of Corrections is already coordinating with their families for a safe return home. Meanwhile, Justice Secretary Boying Remulla plans to improve jail system in the country. Remulla says he will coordinate with the Executive Secretary for PDLs to be given clemency.
Well, I will talk to the Executive Secretary in this first week of December to have a dialogue with him about all the recommendations for clemency. I think that we might arrive at around 600 clemencies already by the time that December comes in.
For News 5, Josh Camo, we are One News.
More stories after this short break. Stay with us here on One News Now. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. A Caloocan cop is found guilty of torturing two teenagers and planting evidence against them during the height of the Duterte administration's war on drugs. Faith Del Mundo with the story.
In September 2017, the body of Reynaldo de Guzman alias Kulot was found floating on a creek in Gapan, Nueva Ecija. His head was covered with tape and his body has over 30 stab wounds. The day before that, Caloocan police killed de Guzman's companion, 19-year-old Carl Angelo Arnaiz. Both killings happened during the Duterte administration's war on drugs. Caloocan police claimed that Arnaiz and de Guzman robbed a taxi driver. This pushed them to launch a follow-up operation where Arnaiz was killed after allegedly resisting arrest. But the autopsy showed a different story. The report said that Arnaiz was handcuffed, beaten up, and drugged before he was killed. 5 gunshot wounds were also seen on his body. Because of the contradictions between the statement of the Caloocan police and the autopsy report, the case was brought to court. However, it would take 5 years before a conviction was handed out to Caloocan cops Jeffrey Perez and Enrique Arquilita. Perez was found guilty beyond reasonable doubt for 2 counts of torture and planting of evidence. He is sentenced to 6 months up to 3 years imprisonment for torturing Arnaiz and reclusion perpetua for the killing of de Guzman. Aside from this, he is perpetually disqualified from holding public office. He will also suffer the penalty of reclusion perpetua for planting evidence against Arnaiz. The court also ordered Perez to pay 2 million pesos to each of the victims' family. Meanwhile, not condone abuses from his ranks. The National Police said they respect the
pag-aaral at masusing proseso. Hindi po natin tolerate ang anumang kamaliang nagagawa ng ating mga kapulisan, whether ito po ay sinasadya o hindi sinasadya.
Meanwhile, the murder cases of Arnaiz and de Guzman remains pending before a Navotas court. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
Here are some of the latest news from around the world. A Walmart supervisor shot dead at least six of his co-workers in Virginia in the U.S. Authorities said the suspect then turned the gun on himself and died of self-inflicted wound. Recent Russian airstrikes killed 3 people in Ukraine's capital Kyiv, according to its city mayor. The attack also hit a maternity ward in Ukraine's southern region, killing a newborn baby. And measles is now an imminent global threat, according to the World Health Organization. Health experts warn about the spread of the disease after COVID-19 lockdowns hampered routine vaccination efforts. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Jess De Los Santos. We are One News.